Do I think that Scythe should be banned? Okay. So I'm usually not on the side of the knee-jerk reaction, right? Like, I'm usually not on the side of this card is a problem right now, so let's ban it. But I have to agree, like, I was never part of the, oh, you guys remember the whole, like, ban Naturia Beast, ban Abyss Dweller, you know, Team Samurai, Abyss Dweller's getting banned, guys. You know, Boilo Savage Dragon ban. Like, I'm usually not one of that, chat, but I gotta be honest. I kind of think Scythe is just, it's just too good. Like, it's not even about just Scythe, but it's about more so how Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes are constructed, right? It's like Jin, fair enough. Like Konami on, yeah, I guess it is comparable to Jin, right, chat? Konami cannot make, they can't design for like 2-3 straight years an entire era of Yu-Gi-Oh where every deck revolves around special summoning and then allow a card in the game that just says no special summoning. Like, that doesn't work. So nothing really, like, if Jin's on the field, no one can play Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't matter what deck you're playing, everything just loses to this. The same thing can be said about Scythe. Like, in the last, how many years, chat? We have, like, 2 competitive decks that don't use the extra deck, like Eldritch and like, Fluander. You know what I mean? Like, when you have so much of archetypes, chat, that depend on a certain mechanic, to me, that doesn't necessarily become, it doesn't become like, how do I want to put this? It's not a privilege. Yeah, it's not a privilege, chat. It's a right. There we go. It's not a privilege. Guru doesn't lose. Guru's not an archetype. Subterror is an archetype. And that archetype is from Arc V? I mean, I guess it kind of counts. But you know what I mean? Like, special summoning from the extra deck, chat, is no longer a privilege. Like, that should just be a right of Yu-Gi-Oh! Every deck should be afforded the opportunity. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to special summon 10 times from the extra deck, but at least one time, like, that's just a fundamental right to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because everyone's not going to play Fluanderies or True Draco. You know what I mean? Like, every other deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is either going to fusion summon, Synchro, Exceed, Link, whatever. So I kind of feel like Scythe is too good. And even the whole, it being a brick, like, that doesn't really, like, that's not a thing anymore. Scythe is also just, there's almost no downside to Scythe, chat. Because of DPE, like, Scythe is not a brick anymore. And even if you ban DPE, which I wouldn't want that, like, I'm not a fan of banning cards, like, immediately. But even if you took DPE out, like, Scythe would still be nuts. Because there's still just Sanctum, and there's still other ways to pop it. Like, other decks can pop it, like, Fluffles can pop it, PK could still pop it with, like, Rusty. So, I kind of agree. Why does Dagda, oh, Dagda says from the hand too? So then, yeah, then it's never, ever, ever, like, it's not a brick anymore. So, I don't know, like, for ban list, chat, I'm not gonna sell to you guys. Sells are like, oh, 15 cards banned. No, 2 cards banned, chat. Imperial Order, because I play Sky Strikers, and fuck that card. Dude, that card is like, oh my god. I don't think there's a worse feeling than playing Sky Strikers. Someone did that to me. It finally happened. I had Fusion Destiny, Talents, Engage, and they flipped over Imperial Order, and I was like, oh my god. This is horrible. Imperial Order and Scythe. For me right now, that's the ban list. At least the ban card. Just Imperial Order and Scythe. Like, I don't want to ban like 10 cards. Just 2. Imperial Order and Scythe.